Oakland, California. Oracle Arena, home of the Golden State Warriors, where tonight we have the two highest scoring teams in the NBA. The Warriors hosting the Phoenix Suns, led by two-time MVP Steve Nash, having another superb year, going up against another terrific point guard, Baron Davis of the Golden State Warriors. Hello, everyone. Along with Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand. Lisa Salters will join us shortly. First things first, Shaquille O'Neal will not play tonight, so his Suns debut will have to wait. But we'll still have plenty of points and plenty of fun with these two point guards. While Shaq continues to get back into shape and come back from the injury, we've got Steve Nash and Baron Davis. Nash is just once again sensational, Jeff.
Well, I just love how he's such a selfless teammate, and he's the best pick-and-roll player since John Stockton. He can shoot the three off the dribble, he can penetrate it all the way to the rim, or he can do what he wants to do most, which is hit the roll man on the roll to the rim or find his spot-up shooters in the corner.
Meanwhile, Baron Davis, the knock on him is he's been banged up. He hasn't missed a game, and when he's healthy, he's one of the best.
Well, in any other year, Baron Davis would be an MVP candidate. This year, with so many quality point guards in the West, he can't even make the All-Star team. I love his defensive versatility. Him being able to guard two guards is one of the reasons that Monte Ellis has been able to play as a small two-guard offensively and then guard point guards defensively.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups for tonight. Presented by AT&T for the visitors. Stoudemire right now still the starting center with Hill. Boris Diaw getting the increased minutes after the trade. Raja Bell with Nash in the backcourt. And for Golden State, Al Harrington starting at center. Chris Webber will not play tonight. Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes up front with Davis. And as Jeff said, Monte Ellis in the backcourt. As we say hello to Lisa Salters. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, Shaquille O'Neal continues to say all the right things as he prepares to join the Suns on the floor. As you said, not playing tonight. He said he's feeling about 75 to 80% in condition, but he's been told not to play until he's 1,000%. He says he hasn't picked a specific game for his return, but Shaq says it definitely will not be before the All-Star break. There was some talk he might play tomorrow against the Mavericks, but Shaq says no. So it looks like his debut with the Suns will be the first game for the Suns after the All-Star break against who else? The Lakers on February 20th.
Only fitting, Lisa, as we're set to go. And we'll get into it as the game goes on, Jeff. But it's so intriguing to see how that trade is going to turn out for the Phoenix Suns.
I give the Phoenix Suns a lot of credit in this. I have no idea how it's going to work out, but they have the guts to try to do something to go from being a great team to a championship level team.
Every one of the top teams making deals in the West, making the trades. Diaw called for travel. You saw the Paul Gasol going to the Lakers, Jason Kidd.
That wasn't a deal,
Dallas.
Mike. That was a steal. Okay? There's a difference between a deal and a steal.
I should have waited before I mentioned it. The Jason Kidd deal still not official yet. Apparently some snags going on, but it looks like he might go to Dallas. Harrington getting inside. Harrington getting the chance to start and knocks it down.
Quietly, Al Harrington's had a very good year.
Meanwhile, Jackson with the steal. Steps up, that's a two, feet on the line, won't go. Monte Ellis, who has been on an absolute tear, throws up an air ball. These two teams have met already this year. Raja Bell knocks down the three. It was back in November on this court. As Ellis goes down the other end and scores with 2 seconds going off the shot clock. He put that in with 22 on the 24-second clock.
He's as good as anybody in the NBA finishing on the fast break.
He's number one in terms of fast break points. Diaw misses. Barnes the rebound. That first game was won by Golden State 129 to 114. Harrington knocks it down again. So Harrington, you said, quietly having a good year, getting some starts, coming off the bench, doing a little bit of everything for Don Nelson.
Well, he's got the range to shoot from three-point line, and he's got a strong enough body that he's still a fairly effective low-post player against smaller people.
And a foul on Baron Davis, trying to defend down low. You see Diaw, and with Sean Marion going to Miami, perhaps the man who's going to get the most minutes from those remaining Suns because of Marion's absence is Diaw, and he's always played better when he gets major minutes.
He does, and he's played better as a starter than coming off the bench.
He had his best season in the league when Amari Stoudemire was out with the knee injury, and has since been up and down in adjusting since Stoudemire has been back. Hill knocks it down. Quickly down the other end. Davis finds Barnes. Touchdown, Golden State.
I mean, that's anybody take it out and anybody run the court and then throw a touchdown pass that Eli Manning would have been proud of.
Stoudemire has his shot blocked, but a foul. Steven Jackson upset, but it's not on him. It's on Harrington. He's not as upset, but also frustrated with the call. That's Eli Manning right there.
Yeah. To Plaxico Burress to win the Super Bowl. But that is a great play by Baron Davis. Golden State plays with so much freedom on offense that anybody can take it out, anybody can leak out, and they will just throw the ball. And again, they run as much, if not more, than Phoenix.
And they are the highest scoring team, just a little bit above. Stoudemire hits 2 free throws. How about this for Stoudemire, a guy who's improved his shooting? He's now hit 32 consecutive free throws. Davis coming right back and hits another 3.
Well, they're convinced Amari Stoudemire at the 4 when O'Neal comes back is a better shooter than Sean Marion and will spread the floor even more than Marion did.
And there's Stoudemire showing. It's something he really worked on while he was out with his knee injury was his shooting. Ellis misfires. Ellis is one guy who's missed a couple of shots, and he's been the hottest guy in the league the past 5 games. Stoudemire down low, and a foul. And Amari Stoudemire off to a strong start.
Well, Amari Stoudemire, as good as Steven Jackson is defensively, there's no pressure on the ball. So if he fronts him like that, they're just going to be able to, with Steve Nash's vision, throw it right over the top. Right now, Golden State playing without any size. It's very difficult to be a good defensive team with no shot blocking on the floor.
Meanwhile, Golden State, their first quarters at times have been a disaster. They fall behind first quarters by double figures, it seems, every other game. Their last game against Washington, they fell behind by 23 in the first half. That was Monday night here in Oakland, came back and won. Ellis to the basket, banks it in. He is so quick.
Man, that's good strength, good functional strength. He doesn't look like he has that type of body type, but he was able to use his body to fend off Stoudemire.
Nash knocks it down, so we've got to combine 11 for 15 shooting for the two teams. Nice backdoor to Ellis.
Mike, I want to take back that I said these teams were underrated defensively. I've overrated them. They are terrible right now defensively.
Well, Golden State at times can play superb defense, but at times it's non-existent. Jackson gets inside. Non-existent for Phoenix as well.
Well, what Golden State does, though, is they play 5 out behind the three-point line. So if a guy gets a shoulder by his man, everyone's worried about helping and giving up a three-point shot.
We're on pace for a 180 to 177 game. Stoudemire with the shot clock winding down. I won't say that a lot tonight. And he still knocks it down. There's 6 of 7 from the field. He has 9 points already. Harrington. Left-handed, banks it in, and a foul. Everything going in to start here in Oakland.
The difference right now is we see Harrington drive the ball to the rim. Golden State puts so many three-point shooters on the floor that there's no help defense, and Stoudemire is left out on an island as Harrington finishes with a great left-handed hook.
Don Nelson obviously not happy with his team's shot selection. Cross timeout. Golden State by. We've already got 36 points on the board. We just played over 4 minutes here in Oakland as Golden State leading Phoenix 19-17. First quarters at times have been a real problem for the Warriors defensively as they found themselves down by 10 points or more in the first quarter 18 times. Look, obviously the Knicks, Seattle, Charlotte teams that have really struggled when they fall from behind. Golden State at times can come back. Maybe that's the problem. They know they can come back, so sometimes they ease their way into the game defensively.
Well, Doug Collins taught me long ago that it's a first quarter league as much as it is a fourth quarter league, because the first quarter sets a tone about your readiness. And Golden State can't rely. They only remember, Mike, the 7 comebacks from being down 10+. They're forgetting about the 11 that they lost. You have to be ready to play in this league. Teams are too good.
Well, you look at what they did against Phoenix the first time they met. They gave up 37 points to the Suns in the first quarter, and they led by 8. They're up 45-37. Stoudemire back out. And a defensive 3 seconds with 4 on the shot clock. It's against Harrington, so a technical foul. And Steve Nash, who's shooting at 90% from the line, will go there. He's shooting 90% and he's 7th in the league.
That's really incredible because free throw shooting overall, there's so many bad free throw shooters in the league that we sometimes forget now how many really good free throw shooters there are.
Again, Stoudemire's hit 33 in a row, yet he doesn't do it. And Nash third all-time behind Mark Price and Rick Barry. Nash always his shooting percentages from the field, from the three-point range. Just, it's unbelievable as Diaw gets inside.
And they're switching every pick and roll, so that's putting Baron Davis onto bigger players like Stoudemire and Diaw. He's already got 1 foul. They can ill afford to have him in foul trouble.
Diaw and Harrington, a couple of versatile forwards. Now Diaw picks up Davis on the switch, uses his strength, misses the shot, Hill the rebound. Here comes Raja Bell. Bell misses. Jackson lost it, trying to get it with one hand. Bell. Diaw was looking for somebody in the corner. There was nobody there. Stoudemire inside. For a guy his size with that agility.
Well, he's such a good shooter now that you have to play the jump shot. Then he just blows by the first defender, and there's no shot blocking and really no one right now willing to take a charge.
Blocked by Diaw. We've seen defense. Hill banks it in. And a 4-point lead. What has he added with what you've seen with Phoenix this year, Jeff?
Well, I think he gives them a good perimeter defender who's another playmaker off the dribble, so it's not just in Nash's hands to make every play. The problem is he does not, as we see a wild shot by Davis. What he doesn't do is spread the floor, which we've seen from every other wingman in Phoenix.
Diaw misses the layup, gets it back. Steve Nash on the pull-up. In and out. And Harrington, quick outlet. 4-point lead for Phoenix, just past the midway point of the opening period. Davis. Matt Barnes. Barnes can't connect. You miss a couple and your shooting percentage plummets from the quick start we had. Golden State here at home, 16-9. This has become one of the best atmospheres in the NBA, Oracle Arena. They've sold out now tonight, expected to be their 18th sellout. Ever since last year, the rebirth of Golden State Warrior basketball with that upset of Dallas in the first round. Fans have always loved the NBA, but they're just going crazy for their team now.
It's like a college atmosphere last year here in Golden State. But with winning comes even more expectations, and now the Golden State fans expect even more from their team.
Raja Bell can't connect. Meanwhile, Phoenix on the road this year, they're 17-9. As we said, one of those losses to Golden State. But they have the best record right now in the Western Conference. Count it, and a foul. Good aggressive move from Steven Jackson, who's having his best year. A chance for a three-point play.
They just isolate Jackson on the wing. He just backs in Raja Bell, a premier perimeter defender, and then just rolls off his body to the baseline and finishes. One of the reasons, Mike, why these teams don't turn it over very often is because they don't pass it that much. And that's not a negative. They're both very unselfish teams, but they're point guard dominated teams that shoot early in the clock. So they're not running intricate patterns that require a lot of people to handle the ball and thus have a chance to turn it over more.
And they've both been amongst the leaders in that category, as you mentioned. Jackson hits the free throw. Jackson had that 41-point game you saw in their last outing. 16 of them in the fourth quarter in one of the biggest comebacks in the NBA this season, defeating the Washington Wizards. Diaw posting up Jackson. He's doubled. And a reach-in foul. Jackson agrees with the call. Not the penalty yet. That's their 14th foul. Andres Beatrice will check in for the first time. And Matt Barnes first wants to find out if the foul was on him. And it is. Nash and Davis. What a fun matchup. So different in terms of their approaches. Bell, shot clock down to 3. Nash is going to have to put it up. Just gets it off in time and barely hit the rim. Ellis quickly out ahead to Jackson. Harrington using his advantage. Goes right at Skinner, who just came in. Nice tip in. Nope, they're going to wave it off, saying Ellis touched it while it was above the cylinder. Jimmy Clark says offensive interference.
When you're under 6 feet, there should be no such rule as goaltending. Oh, it was the right call, but I like to see Monte Ellis up above the rim. There should be a new rule.
Well, the European rule, international ball, Nash, nice move to the basket as you can touch it. A lot of coaches have said that they would like to see that change to the European rule. Would you like that?
No. I've never understood that rule. Why should you be able to knock it off the rim?
Skinner can't track it down. Golden State ball. Once the shot attempt hits the rim, it's anybody's game. No, you don't like it?
I don't like that one. But then again, not many coaches like my ideas either, so we're equal.
Well, the pace is slowed down. You're tied at 26. Jackson cleared out. Good call. Offensive foul. That's his second, as he used his right arm to create some space. Rodney Mott listening, but not really paying attention.
Jackson's just backing in the smaller Barbosa, and he definitely wiped him out. Wiped him away. That's a good call by Rodney Mott.
We saw Barbosa. He's come into the game. There's the officiating crew, Jim Clark, the crew chief, Tommy Nunez Jr., and Rodney Mott. Nice feed down low, and Skinner. Ryan Skinner, the veteran, who's bounced all around the NBA in his first year with Phoenix, kind of taking over the Kurt Thomas role from last year. And a foul on Diaw. They were going to have an easy alley-oop to Biedrins. Golden State will take it out when we return. Amari Stoudemire, what a start. 11 points. Keeps his free throw streak alive at 33. And the Phoenix Suns right now with a 2-point lead here in Oakland. Just under 3 to play, first quarter. All right, Matt, there's the trade. As Kidd will go to Dallas, so you get the feeling that they'll somehow work that out. If the deal is official and goes through, Jeff, what do you think?
Well, I love it for New Jersey. I think Rod Thorne, it's a master stroke to get a younger point guard in Devin Harris. The core of Kidd, Carter, and Jefferson has run its course. To be able to get a young point guard, money, and draft picks when your star has let it be known that he doesn't want to be there anymore is better than he could have ever expected. And I think Kidd will give his best, just like O'Neal will give Phoenix his best. And I think he can play with Jason Terry more than Devin Harris could, because Kidd can guard 2 guards, much like Baron Davis is actually better guarding 2 guards, and Terry's better guarding point guards.
With the addition of Jason Kidd, obviously they lose a number of key players, especially Harris. Harrington can't connect on that one. Long rebound. Biedrins kept it alive, and Golden State gets a new 24. Are the Dallas Mavericks, Davis, nice left hand, are they closer to winning a championship this year with Kidd?
Well, I think there's risk in their trade because just like Phoenix, they're breaking up what was a very successful core group. I think Stackhouse has meant a lot to their success. I think Jop has meant more to their success than most people realize, as Davis is a one-man fast break. But Jason Kidd is still a top 10 point guard.
They'll set up with just under 2 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. 32-30, Golden State in front. That's DJ Strawberry in the game. Darryl Strawberry's son, the rookie, out of Maryland, knocks down the shot. He's been seeing a little playing time recently. Nice stroke there. Jackson, nice stroke there. Jackson from downtown. Here's Barbosa. Lost it. Davis striving for it. Ball still loose. And who are they going to call it? Golden State ball, says Rodney Mott. Good hustle from Strawberry.
Well, Baron Davis has unique quickness and strength right there. Great use of the left hand, and then here, splitting 2 people in semi-transition to use the left hand again. Great body control, great strength by Baron Davis.
He's got 10 points and 4 assists here in the first. Monte Ellis puts it in. Ellis has been on an unbelievable tear. Last 4 games averaging 25.5 points per game and shooting 71%.
Another great second-round draft pick by the Warriors. Remember, they got Gilbert Arenas in the second round, then Monte Ellis. Great pickup by Chris Mullin.
Barbosa couldn't control it. Jackson for 3. Rims out. That's why the deal, that Dallas, New Jersey deal, even though those first-round picks are going to be late, you can get really good players if you've got a good scouts for you. The scouting department's so important for NBA teams.
This league is all about who picks the players, because the general managers and the scouts have the biggest impact on shaping a roster. And obviously, if you get the right lower picks, you can go far.
Shot clock turned off. Davis kicks it out. Harrington for 3. Top of the backboard's in bounds, but that will end. And there's a whistle and a foul call. It's going to go against Raja Bell. They're going to look at the replay and to make sure the foul came before time expired. Now, play comes underneath the basket. Watch Raja Bell go into Biedrins, push him out of the way.
Push him out of the way. That's called a blockout. This is a physical game. It's a game. If you go in that paint, expect to be hit. That's not a foul.
Meanwhile, Mike D'Antoni got a technical.
He should have.
See him telling Mott a bad call.
That painted area is not for the weak-minded or faint of heart.
You don't think that was a hip check?
Yeah, I do.
That's legal. Do a hip check.
You can do whatever you want in the paint, especially if you're small. There's no rules right there. That's a good block out by Raja Bell. I've always admired his ability and want to hit people in the paint.
All right, let's look at it again. Bell coming from the top of the key all the way in.
Oh, that's a great sink.
Oh, that's a foul.
That is not a foul.
You're out of your mind.
Man.
They're not discussing whether or not it's a foul, obviously. They're discussing whether or not it came before, and it seemed like the foul came before time expired.
If you can't do that, what can you do? Blocking out wise.
You can't just go in and push a guy out of the way.
That's called a block out. You need your small people if you're going to rebound in this league, which Phoenix has not proven that they can do, nor has Golden State. You need your smalls to have the guts to go in there and hit bigger people in the paint. My hat's off to Raja Bell.
Well, they're going to call the foul on Bell. And then the technical foul on D'Antoni. They weren't in the penalty. So they don't shoot free throws because of the foul. So it's not really that big a deal, although it's the second foul on Raja Bell.
I think if Mike D'Antoni would have known that they weren't in the penalty, that he wouldn't have gotten that technical foul.
So this is the free throw for the technical foul, because it was only the 14th foul and the first in the last 2 minutes. So they'll put 0.3 of a second back on the clock, because that's when the whistle was blown to call the foul. And with 0.3, you can catch and shoot. That's time enough for that. Can't do anything else. You can't put the ball on the floor. You can't catch, turn, and shoot. It's just a quick catch and shoot. By the way, Bell got the technical, not D'Antoni. And good defense, deflection by Diaw ends the first quarter. And the Warriors go on a 10-2 run to end the first period. Mike D'Antoni not happy with the call. Perhaps not happy with his defense. Golden State shot 59%.
Welcome back to Oakland, where the Warriors have a 6-point lead over the Suns. Mike, a questionable call at the end of that first quarter that went against Raja. How did the referee explain it to you?
He said it was a foul. I mean, that's okay. That's not where we're getting beat. We're getting beat because we're not getting back in transition. We can't give them some threes, which you're going to do, and give them some easy layups. We got to cut one or the other out, and so far they've had both, and hopefully as we go forward, we can cut at least the layups off.
I heard you tell your guys that they think they're running, but they are not. What did you mean by that?
Well, they're celebrating a little bit of half court. They run back to half court, then they're not turning around and picking their guys off, and so we're getting some easy layups against us, and we need to quit doing that.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike.
Okay.
Well, 17 fast break points for Golden State. Meanwhile, Shaquille O'Neal still in street codes. And for D'Antoni, that's a challenge now. In the middle of a season, you're fighting to have the best record in the Western Conference. Now you've got to incorporate Shaquille O'Neal as Jackson can't get at the ball. Biedrins right there. As for a coach to incorporate such a huge player like that, and I don't mean in size, in terms of impact, that really basically has played a different style than yours. How difficult is that, and how long will that take?
Well, I really think that the really good coaches like Mike D'Antoni are not about their system as much as about results. And so I think he can coach many different ways. I think his preferred way is to play quick and fast. But if O'Neal gives them the better chance to win and playing a little bit slower and through the post a little bit more, gives them a better chance to win, I think Mike D'Antoni not only can do it, but I think he'll do it exceptionally well.
Do you think with the acquisition of Shaquille O'Neal, it's obvious that the Suns front office, led by Steve Kerr, they just decided, you know what we have right now, it's not good enough to win a championship. Do you think with that move, as Biedrins' shot deflected, here come the Suns, and with Chris Webber being signed, that maybe the teams are deciding, well, we can't run and gun all our way to a championship. Dial puts it in.
Well, I think Phoenix has had such great success. I think they could have won a championship trying it their way. Remember, they've been in the conference finals 2 of the last 3 years. If you get to the Final Four, you can win it with that style. But I think there was also an underlying chemistry issue on their team with Shawn Marion wanting more of a role offensively. He'll get that role in Miami. He'll get more shots, and he'll be the second fiddle to Dwayne Wade versus being the third wheel here in Phoenix.
Meanwhile, D'Antoni admits Ellis gets to the basket, no interior defense. He admits that it's going to take a while incorporating Shaq, and he says that it's going to be about who plays better with who and finding the right combinations. Hill gets a nice soft roll.
One thing I think they do, they can play big with O'Neal and Stoudemire at 5, or they can go late in the game to finish the game with Stoudemire at 5 and try to search out another 4-man if Diaw doesn't play as well as they want him to play and try to get a more defensive-minded 4-man.
Barbosa and Ellis, 2 of the quickest guys in the NBA, squaring off there. Nice pass inside, and Barnes fouls Stoudemire, who takes exception to him grabbing onto his arm. The 2 exchange words. Better be careful. You're going to have double technicals if they keep jarring at each other.
I like that. I like a little fire. This is good. Great pocket pass by Barbosa. Barnes did exactly what he should have done, which is prevent the layup. Davis and Harrington did what they should do, come into Barnes' defense. And then Stoudemire does what he should do, which is walk to the free throw line and knock 2 in.
That's his 34th in a row. TNT Thursday. Tomorrow night, Heat and Bulls from Chicago. And then these Suns will be at home before the break and play the Mavericks. And ESPN Friday, McDonald's All-Star Celebrity Game on ESPN. NBA TV Saturday, the D-League All-Star Game. And of course Sunday is All-Star Sunday in New Orleans, as the best in the league will be on display. Golden State by 2, just over 2 minutes gone by here in the second. Ellis out to Barnes, so wide open Barnes. Stoudemire the rebound.
And Barnes is really a wild card because every team is going to guard with that lineup Golden State has on the floor is going to put their 5 men on Barnes. And so on that penetration to the rim, Stoudemire sucked in. Barnes is wide open. Now it's just whether he makes or misses.
You know, when you talk about defense for Phoenix, how much are they going to miss Shawn Marion's defense?
Well, I think Shawn Marion was the most versatile defender in the league. I think he could give great help against big guys. He could guard point guards with his quickness and his length like Tony Parker. So I think it could hurt him defensively, or the added size could help Phoenix around the basket area.
Oh, Barbosa, pretty play, stretching out his arm to get it to fall. We're tied at 42. Ellis again. Monte Ellis, he's becoming a big-time scorer.
That pull-up jump shot for Ellis is like a layup now. You try to go under the pick and roll, or you don't pick him up early in transition, he's going to make.
Osa with another make.
I'm dizzy right now. I'm disoriented. I can't figure out who's got the ball. The pace is so fast.
Jackson, the extra pass. Ellis doesn't settle for an open jump shot. He's swinging around. Michael Petrus misses. Petrus, who's been asking for a trade, hasn't been getting a lot of time. Barbosa sliding out of bounds, and then a foul. He made the great block, but his momentum from coming in carried him into the shooter. And free throws coming up for Phoenix.
Good transition defense by Petrus. Good block. Should have been a no call.
Early second quarter in Oakland. Baron Davis has 10 points, 5 assists. And he also has a microphone on for us tonight.
It's almost like they got him like me. I do all the talking. Hey, buddy. How are you? Good.
Target practice ever since. Yeah. Go ahead, D him up.
Ready for that break? We all need it.
Well, first up, he's kissing up to the ref, calling him buddy. Good move. Second of all, he's going to Disney World for the All-Star break. He was disappointed that he didn't make the team. If anybody probably had the biggest legitimate beef about not being selected with his numbers and his team's record, but he said he's going to get a chance. Instead of going to New Orleans, he's taking his family to Disney World.
He should be in New Orleans. I think the league should expand their all-star rosters to 15 without question. But Baron Davis, I really believe you could make the case that he's an MVP candidate. If you take him off this team, they have a sub-500 record instead of being 11 games over 500.
When's the last time you were at the Magic Kingdom?
I don't remember, but I grew up at Disneyland. Bill and Cindy took me and would stand in line at the Matterhorn for 2 hours to get me on. Now that's love.
Ma and Pa Van Gundy, you did well. It's a fond memory from his childhood.
I love the Matterhorn.
Stoudemire. Hill goes to the basket. And Barnes the rebound. With all these guys, it's like a park game. And I don't mean in terms of organization. They obviously have what they're doing all set. But no big guys. It always happened when you played at the park. One really tall, big guy showed up. It ruined the game.
I mean, look at the floor. There's no one on the block for Golden State basically ever, unless Biendrich is in the game. And so that really opens up the floor for penetration, for threes, and the small players for Golden State are their post players.
Now, Chris Webber may play some post for this team as Jackson, as the shot clock expires, but Webber not playing. He's still not in real good basketball shape. Don Nelson decided to hold him out just because he felt this game wasn't the best one for him. Petrus with the block. And they're going to go down the other way. Or is he going to call a foul? Yes, they call a foul, the offensive, saying it was outside the restricted area.
And I think Golden State is doing it right, trying as Barbosa drives it. Barnes is easily there in time. I could not tell if his feet were outside the restricted area. But I think Golden State has the right idea, trying to get help in the front court. I'm just not sure Webber right now, as Jackson finishes it, I'm not sure Webber has enough health to be an effective part of this team. Now, Chris Webber's had an outstanding career as Jackson drives it to the rim. And again, there's no shot blocking in the lane, so it's just easy pickings at the rim. I don't think Webber solves their basket protection problems. And I think they're much better playing small than they are when they add a big guy onto the floor.
It was a surprising signing for a number of reasons. Of course, people remember he was Rookie of the Year his first year with Golden State under Don Nelson, but the two didn't get along, and he wound up leaving after 1 year. And also because of their style and his knee problems, he's obviously slowed down. Hill inside. Oh, pretty pass from Strawberry to Grant Hill, and Hill able to put it in. Now has 10 points. But you asked Don Nelson, it's really a no-risk situation for him. It's not like they traded anybody. They didn't spend a lot of money as Davis misses. And we asked Don Nelson before the game, what do you expect from Webb? I just hope he makes us better. Another big man to plug in there. I don't expect too much. Nash misses. Stoudemire misses. Strawberry misses. And here comes Golden State. Ellis back to Barnes. Blocked, but a foul. Stoudemire now with 3 personals. That's why he reacted the way he did. He's going to have to come out.
And I love Stoudemire's effort at both ends. He was pounding the offensive glass along with Strawberry on this end of the floor and then converted back in transition to try to protect the basket area. And that looks like a very good block by Stoudemire.
So Barnes will go to the line.
And those plays are very difficult to officiate right above the rim. It's just so difficult to be able to see the contact through the maze of bodies. M-A-I-Z-E. Or is it M-A-Z-E? I'm not sure.
M-A-Z-E.
What's M-A-I-Z-E?
I don't know.
I think that's the Blue and Maze of Michigan, maybe, or something.
I was waiting for the joke.
No.
But obviously it's not coming.
Oh, man. Nazareth College. I'm sorry.
6.5 remaining here in the second. Warriors by 2. It's been the up-tempo game we expected. Diaw inside. Ball looked like it slipped out of his hands a bit. Davis back in. Not too fancy. That's their 4th turnover. That's their 7th turnover. Jackson was too open. Good hustle to save it and gets it to Barnes. Jackson finding Pietrus off his leg. Phoenix ball will have timeout. Plenty of excitement. The 2 highest scoring teams in the NBA. Golden State also gives up more points than anybody. Right now, though, they've got a 2-point lead. Just past the midway point of the second here in Oakland. Another terrific crowd. Golden State leading by 2. Baron Davis, 10 points and 5 assists. Let's listen.
What's up, my little buddy? Come on. Help. Just catch the ball. They got little dudes in there.
Well, he's right about the little dudes. It is small ball here. And you look at his numbers. Again, you talk about guys that perhaps deserve to be on the All-Star team. He has had a terrific season. Most important for him, though, he has not missed a game due to injury this year.
Well, what I like is that he gives them play at both ends of the floor. Great offense, steals, strength defensively as well. And when I came into the league, Paul Silas, his son Stevens, an assistant for Golden State, taught me a term called mouse in the house. That's when you had a mismatch with size. With this game, there's a lot of mice in the house right now, Mike.
And by the way, we want to send our best wishes to Paul Silas, one of the great guys in the NBA, former champion with the Celtics, and NBA head coach who's been under the weather recently, but on the road to recovery. And we miss you, Paul. Feel better and hope to see you soon.
I talked to him last night, and he has this nice and sweet voice message. And I told him that's unbecoming of the enforcer that he was.
Diaw. Pietrus. Barbosa came in, and they're going to call a foul on Barbosa. Barbosa looking at Jimmy Clark. And here's Stephen Silas, the assistant coach for Golden State, son of Paul.
I knew him when he was just a young pup, so I must be getting old.
That's when the 2 of you were assistants with the Knicks, right?
Yep.
Monte Ellis again, 16 points. This guy is on one of the most incredible tears for a guard. He's 8 for 10 from the field. And in the last, as we mentioned, 5 games, he's shooting 71%. That one won't go. Hill, follow. Pietrus may have gotten a piece of it. Here's that mid-range jumper. And Hill the rebound. Barbosa, blocked by Pietrus, came out of nowhere. Bell Can't hit it. Hill the rebound and foul by Harrington. With 4:15 remaining here in the second.
That pass by Steve Nash to Barbosa, left-handed off the dribble in stride. People don't realize that is an impossible pass. And he's in a class by himself of being able to pass off the dribble like that. John Stockton used to be able to do that with his right hand. But I've never seen anybody with their offhand be able to pass the ball off the dribble like that.
There's his right hand. Now, they didn't give him an assist on that.
Because it got blocked. The ball didn't go
was
in.
on the one that he missed.
Yeah, on the block. So, see, Mike, you really need to score to get an assist. For you fans out there that may be uninitiated, you need to actually score a basket to get an assist. We'll try to have a symposium on that for our announcing crew.
You could have somehow just let it go, but I deserved it.
The pace is so fast, you forget which layup is happening.
I see, that's the way you cover for your partner. 52-52. We're all tied up. Diaw. Hill gets it back. Nash lost it. Here's Davis using his strength, but can't connect, and Raja Bell comes away. Here's Nash. Now Davis gets back in the picture. He's guarding Grant Hill on the transition. Hill knocks it down. 12 points for Grant Hill. He's 6 of 9 from the field. Also has 8 rebounds. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Jackson trying to post up Bell. Jackson draws the foul. Won't go. And he got Raja Bell up in the air, and that's the 3rd foul on Raja Bell. So we'll have a timeout. Just over 2.5 minutes remaining. Steve Nash with 5 assists now here in the Bay Area, Oakland, California. Oakland, California, 2 highest scoring teams in the league, although Shaquille O'Neal still has not made his Suns debut. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not till after the All-Star break, which seems more likely. Meanwhile, how does the leader of the Phoenix Suns feel about his new teammate? Let's listen to Steve Nash.
I can safely say I've never had a center like Shaq, but it is hard to really anticipate what it's going to be like. But I think all of us have a really positive, feeling about what we can accomplish together. So there's going to be a process there to make it all work and to figure out how we all fit together. But I think we all are just really excited that we're going to get a chance to play with the big fella. He just said he wouldn't let me down, and when you hear those words from a guy like him, who's accomplished what he's accomplished and has the ability that he has, well, that's exciting.
Of course, one of the big reasons for the trade was, Steve Kerr has talked about this, that their confidence in their medical department and personnel, that he's ready, that hip injury is going to be fine. He'll get him ready, and he's very healthy. He's missed a bunch of games. Last year he missed 42, the year before 23. He's missed 16 this year, so that's really the key for O'Neal, because he doesn't have to be the dominant center that he's been through most of his career.
No, he just has to be a really good, solid player and do what he does. And he is going to get other teams in foul trouble. He is going to make other teams still game plan for him. You cannot help off Shaquille O'Neal, or there will be offensive rebound, dunk, putback. So he still has some strengths. It remains to be seen whether his strengths outweigh what he can't do at this point in his career. But only he knows where he is health-wise, and only he knows, more importantly, where he is passion-wise for the game and for winning.
So Barbosa go to line on Petrus's 3rd foul with 2:23 left here in the second period. Reminder, go to NBA.com to learn the details of how you, the fan, can help determine this year's Sprite Slam Dunk champ at 2008 All-Star New Orleans. They dunk, you decide. Details on NBA.com. Mari Stoudemire, one of the best dunkers in the game. Barbosa looking to get in double figures.
And that dunk contest has brought people like Rudy Gay. He's asking people on YouTube for advice on what dunks he should do, and I think he should think about asking the people on YouTube how to get in a defensive stance, from what I've seen.
Rudy Gay, who's made some nice offensive improvements this year. Ellis again. Ellis 9 of 12 from the field. He has 18 points. Monta Ellis is his third year, right from high school in Mississippi to the NBA. Last year really burst onto the scene, the NBA's most improved award. And this year becoming even better. Strawberry misses the layup. Rebound Barnes. Barnes quickly throws up a brick. Jackson can't hold on, and here comes Barbosa. The Brazilian blur. Nash, there's that lefty pass again. Strawberry traveling. Coming up, the Toyota halftime show. Of course, we'll talk about Roger Clemens and his testimony today. Jason Kidd and the deal in the works with Dallas and New Jersey. And Manu Ginobili's three-point barrage as San Antonio winning on the East Coast again. All coming up, the Toyota halftime report. Galini Azubuike. Harrington. Offensive foul. Barreled over Grant Hill. That's the third on Harrington. We got a bunch of guys with three. Harrington and Petrus for Golden State. Stoudemire and Bell for Phoenix. And with the third foul on Harrington, Austin Crozier will come into the game. Crozier not seeing regular action, but still has had good stretches when he comes on. Don Nelson loves his professionalism. Those stretches where he won't play, but he's ready when he gets the call. Barbosa, in and out. Here's Barnes to the basket. Second field goal for Matt Barnes.
And transition defense is all about floor balance and hustle. And right now, Phoenix needs to run back harder, get turned, pointed, and matched up.
Ellis the rebound. Boy, Ellis can leap. Ellis to the basket, trying to draw some foul, contact, and gets the bounce. Everything going in for Monta Ellis the last couple of weeks. One of the reasons he's playing so well, he's averaging over 18 a game. And you look at his shooting numbers, which are terrific. At 53%, he's not shooting three-pointers. He knows that's a little bit beyond his range. It's made him a more efficient player. 28 seconds remaining in the first half. Warriors lead the Suns 59-55. We want to say hello to our colleague Mark Jackson, who could not be with us, normally likes to be with us. He's very involved in the presidential primary, so he's been bouncing around from various states to try and figure out who he's going to vote for.
Well, he was traded so often, Mike, that he doesn't know which state to vote in. He's all over the place. Indiana, New York, Texas. He knows the Texas primary. He might think he's still registered in Texas.
Right now he's undecided. So hopefully he'll make up his mind and join us after the All-Star break. Nash, got a 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Diaw. Hill, nice fake. Can't connect. Nearly tipped in by Strawberry. He's been very active. Here comes Barnes. Final seconds. Ellis to the basket. He is so fun to watch, as are both these teams, as the first half comes to an end. Monta Ellis, 20 points in 24 minutes in the first half, plays the entire half, and he's with Arlisa Salters.
Thanks, Mike. Well, Monta, that was a rare miss for you. You're 10 for 14 in that quarter. How big does the bucket look to you right now?
I wouldn't say that. I just say my jump shot is going down, taking my time. Coach calling plays, I'm getting good shots, and I'm just knocking them down.
Now, you guys always seem to get up to play the Suns. What is it about this rip-roaring, up and down the floor style of play that really gets you guys going?
Because they play the same style that we play, and it's fun running up against these guys. Steve Nash, one of the greatest point guard ever to play the game, and as Martin Stoudemire, a young player coming up. And so we just try to get out and just have fun.
Is anybody going to play any defense here tonight?
Yeah, we're going to play something in the second half. Because I think Coach Nelson going to get on us when we get in here about that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Well, he's young, he's talented, and he's humble. Pretty good package for Golden State. Only 22 years old. Coming up, the Toyota halftime show. Full slate, including the Roger Clemens situation today, the Jason Kidd trade, and Manu's three-point barrage, part of a busy night in the NBA. Halftime in Oakland. The Warriors leading the Suns by 4.
If Monte Ellis ends the game with 20 points, and he didn't do anything in the second half. Monte, 20 points, Warriors leading the Suns 59-55 in recess. This is what Monte's been doing, basically slaying kids. 10 of 14 shooting in the first half to lead Golden State to their 4-point halftime lead. Monte is killing it in February, shooting 71% the entire month.
Halftime at Oracle Arena. Baron Davis greeting the return of Shaquille O'Neal to the Western Conference, although he is still yet to make his Suns debut. Coming soon at a Phoenix Sun Theater near you. Halftime here in Oakland. Hi again, everyone, with Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand. We promised a lot of points. We received a lot of points. A typical game. The up-tempo slowed down a little bit more in the second. But we're starting to see a special young player, Monte Ellis, right from high school to the NBA, most improved last year. He's taken the next step this year, having a great first half tonight.
Well, again, he's playing in a freewheeling Don Nelson system, and he's making the most of it. He's getting the ball to the rim off pick and rolls here. A great finish by warding off Stoudemire with his body, and then a back cut along the baseline from Baron Davis. Well, you want to take the layup and you go under on the pick and roll. He is knocking down the mid-range jump shot, and then again, you get confused on your pick and roll coverage. With his burst and speed, he can get it all the way to the basket.
And getting him instruction from Jim Clark, the official. Meanwhile, since Shaquille O'Neal was traded to Phoenix, Amari Stoudemire is on an unbelievable tear the last 3.5 games.
Well, Stoudemire has the whole package. He's improved his jump shot. He can take you off the dribble, and he can overpower smaller players. Here, just bullying Steven Jackson out of the way to finish, and then again, just shooting over the top of the smaller Jackson in the post, then facing him up, driving by him, no help by any Golden State player, and then they tried to front him to prevent him from catching the pass over the top from Nash with a dunk.
13.6 boards, but 3 fouls as we check in with Lisa Salters.
Well, Mike D'Antoni said that he was pleased with how his team played in the second half. He said, at least we are getting back and taking away those layups. We know that they're going to get those three-pointers, and that's fine. We can't just try to take away everything and end up taking away nothing. I then asked him about Monte Ellis. I said, the kid looks like an all-star. How do you slow him down? He said, look at his numbers the last several games. I don't know if anyone can slow this kid down right now.
Well, he has been on an amazing tear, Lisa. And as she talked about what D'Antoni spoke of, you feel both these teams, they can play some pretty good defense. Now, the first quarter, neither team did. But when they put their minds to it, they're not bad defensive teams.
Well, Golden State does it by disrupting offense with steals, deflections. They're a turnover-forcing team, which fuels their offense.
Nice feed. Ellis, the assist to Barnes. Meanwhile, the Warriors starting the second half with Austin Crozier. And Al Harrington, who started the game, will come off the bench here in the third quarter.
I think Nelly gets nervous when he plays the same lineup 2 games in a row or 2 halves in a row.
He has done it his way. There's no question. Stoudemire gets inside in the easy 2. Steven Jackson thought they should have been a charge.
When Bobby Knight won his 900th game, that's the song they played. And when Nelly goes into the Hall of Fame, they should play that same song. He should be in the Hall of Fame. I have no idea why this guy, with this many wins and so innovative, has not yet been recognized with a Hall of Fame berth.
Well, you get the feeling it's going to happen at some point. Meanwhile, you know who else is up this year? Davis misses. Bell the rebound. Chris Mullin is eligible. Didn't make it last year. As Diallo gets inside, and a blocking foul. And a technical foul call on Baron Davis. So some free throws coming up for Phoenix. When you look at Chris Mullin's career as a great college player, then as a 2-time Olympian, and there's Chris.
Oh, he doesn't look good in the tie. Take off the tie, Chris. Get in your shorts. What a great lefty shooter.
And then, you know, he goes 5 straight years with 25 per games or more. I think he deserves to get in the Hall of Fame.
And an Olympian on the original Dream Team.
There you see, of course, so much of it here in Golden State. And this was one of the game's best shooters for a good stretch. 2 gold medals. And he's the man that brought Don Nelson back. Nelson and Mullen with such a strong relationship. And the second free throw no good.
Well, Run TMC was the precursor to whatever you call Run something of this group, however you're going to nickname them. Don Nelson has brought consistently exciting basketball to the Bay Area and consistent winning basketball. And really, Don Nelson in the last X amount of years has been the only guy to be able to get it done here in Golden State.
Second all-time in wins behind Lenny Wilkens. Steven Jackson can't connect. Ellis the rebound. He's got 7 rebounds. Davis. And Baron Davis now 4 of 10 from the field. Diaw. Nash. Diaw, nice feed inside. Hill blocked by Crozier. And it's going to be Phoenix ball. Terrific defensive play from Austin Crozier.
Oh, if you're Austin Crozier, you got to start talking trash right now. That may never happen again in your NBA career. Get that weak stuff out of here. Austin Crozier, the rejecter.
Crozier getting the start in the second half. Alley-oop to Stoudemire. Stripped and taken by Matt Barnes.
And that's Golden State defense. Not blocking shots normally above the rim, but deflecting them down low.
Davis wide open. They're 4 of 14 from downtown. As much as they can miss 10 in a row, they can hit 10 in a row.
That's why you're never out of a game against Golden State, and they're not out of a game against you.
Grant Hill has been shooting the ball well tonight. Now 7 of 12 from the field. He's just so happy to be out there and healthy. And back on a team that has a chance to contend for a championship. You talk about guys who had stretches in their career where they were one of the best in the game. Davis. Chance of Let's Go Warriors breaks out here at Oracle Arena. Bell can't connect.
And sometimes in this fast-paced game, Phoenix overlooks Amari Stoudemire. At times, he's got to get the ball in the post and overpower these smaller players.
Ellis saw a nice speed from Jackson. You said this earlier. He's skinny. Wiry is probably a better way to describe it, but he's strong for a little guy.
Yeah, there's weight room strength, and then there's functional strength.
Count it, and a foul.
As Ellis has functional strength, I bet you if you put him in a weight room and you get him on a bench press, he would not be impressive. But as far as functional strength, being able to absorb contact and still finish, which is what is important, Ellis has functional strength.
Every year just a little bit better as Hill hits the free throw for Monte Ellis. 2-point Golden State lead. Davis. Nash a 3. Knocks it down. And a timeout quickly called by Don Nelson as Phoenix takes a 1-point lead after 6 straight points. He's not happy now.
Well, you have to pick up Steve Nash above the three-point line. In transition, he is a deadly pull-up three-point shooter.
Here in Oakland, they've got Warriors fever again, although they trail the Suns by 1. They're a talented, high-scoring, but erratic team. Baron Davis knows what people say about them.
We get the tag that we're small and we don't play any defense. And I mean, it's just a lot of people don't really feel that we're a capable basketball team. But the one thing that we do have is a lot of heart. And we play hard, and we play together. And, you know, at any point in the game, whether, you know, we're down 8 with 3 or 4 minutes to go, we always believe that we can win. And I think that's the gift that we have on this team, is that everybody really believes in each other and believes in ourselves, and we believe in ourselves.
That confidence started last year. Ellis, a rare miss. Last year, even Don Nelson, it was last March where he was talking about, you know what, I feel like I failed this team. We're not going to make the playoffs. Then they go on that unbelievable run to just sneak into the playoffs on the last night of the regular season. Upset top-seeded Dallas, and now they're brimming with confidence.
Well, it was the trade, getting Steven Jackson and Al Harrington in that trade, to me, was the catalyst for their whole turnaround. They already had Baron Davis. They already had improved Monta Ellis. But that spark that Jackson gave them in particular propelled them into a great run.
Meanwhile, Grant Hill with a real spark for the Phoenix Suns. As Phoenix back up by 1. Hill now with 19 points.
And that's a great bone-crushing screen by Stoudemire, who doesn't usually set that solid of a screen. He usually is slipping out of the screens. Here, a great screen right there.
I like the bone-crushing.
Oh, that is. I think that's a very descriptive term right there.
Wasn't there a movie, The Bone Crusher?
I'm not sure.
Not one of your top flicks?
I don't like those scary films. I get I just don't like them. I like the romantic comedy.
Monta Ellis to Crozier. I'm not going to ask you for your top 5. Davis against Hill. Nice pull-up. Won't go. Stoudemire the rebound. He has 8 boards. The Golden State, though, last year's, despite the bad start this year, they began the season 0-6. They were without Steven Jackson, had that 7-game suspension for his part in that incident outside an Indiana club where he fired shots and Jackson serving the penalty given out by the NBA. But since then, they have been one of the best in the NBA. Jackson a big part of that. It's the best record at this point in the season in 14 years for this franchise. Davis flips it in.
And that's what Don Nelson wants him to do more. Don't settle for the perimeter three-point shot. Keep attacking the basket, because with Baron Davis' strength and finishing ability, he gives them that penetration dimension that every team needs.
Nash. Diaw left open way off. That was a knuckleball. Here comes Ellis. To the rim. And gets the roll. 24 points from Monta Ellis. Bell. Stoudemire's hit. As Petrus will pick up his 4th. And Harrington's going to return now for Golden State.
Great advance pass by Baron Davis. Running start by Monta Ellis. And again, Bell's trying to take the charge, but you see how Ellis slides to avoid the contact. Tremendous concentration, touch, and finishing ability by Ellis.
Stoudemire. That's 36 free throws in a row. And you look at the last 5 games for Monta Ellis, not only scoring points, but look at the field goal percentage. Almost 25 a game, 70%. And he's mixed it up with that mid-range game, driving to the basket, and Stoudemire's streak ends at 36. But as we said briefly in the first half, he took a lot more threes last year. He's pretty much taken it out of his game, and it just made him such an efficient player.
It's what Luol Deng did last year with the Chicago Bulls to increase his efficiency. If you're not a range shooter, don't try to do what you can't do. Do that.
Wow. Over Boris Diaw, who's 6'8". 26 points and an offensive foul. Baron Davis draws the charge on Hill, his first.
The NBA referees have been encouraged to make calls when there's any sort of what they call a collision, train wreck. But I think those are what that charge right there used to be let go in the NBA, and I think the NBA officials would rather let it go, and I think it would behoove the NBA to revisit that. To me, that's a play on, Grant Hill pass, keep the flow of the game going.
Davis with 8 on the shot clock. Inside, left-handed. Oh, nice adjustment from Baron Davis.
See, attack, attack, attack. He can finish with either hand. He's going to overpower Barbosa in the post.
I mean, some nights the 3 is working for him, but some nights he's just so much better going to the hole. Oh, Stoudemire, count it, and 1. Boy, what a tough tip-in, and he got fouled. O'Neal likes what he sees from his new teammate. Petrus picks up his 5th foul in just 9 minutes.
That's a quick second jump. Jackson does a good job in the post. Wow. Quick second jump, controlling it with one hand for a possible three-point play.
You look his last couple of games, he scored 31 and 33. He has 20 points tonight. Shaquille O'Neal, after the trade, one of the things he said is, I'll make Amari Stoudemire better. That's going to be a tough task. He's playing pretty well.
Steve Nash and Mike D'Antoni have already done that. He doesn't have to worry about Stoudemire. But when I look at Phoenix's team, what I'm concerned with if I'm Steve Kerr is, do we have enough perimeter shooting and enough perimeter players, especially if we absorb an injury to a perimeter player?
Baron Davis, not that time. Ball tipped. That's what makes Raja Bell such an important part of this team because of his outside shooting and one of their better defenders. And when he's had big games, they're virtually unbeatable. Jackson misses. Stoudemire, his 10th rebound. Under 4 to play here in the third. Nash to Barbosa.
Go back into Stoudemire right here.
Ball deflected. Good defense from Monte Ellis. Here's Petrus. Shot won't go. Ellis's tip won't count, but Petrus will go to the line. He's hurt his right knee, and he did it not on that play. He was down the other end of the floor. He was already rubbing it. This was on the previous time down the floor. That's where he hurt it. Just kind of landed funny and went crashing into the Phoenix Sun bench. Saving the game. Petrus in his 5th year in the league out of France. You see him limping there. As we mentioned, he has asked for a trade. He wants to play more. He's a very talented player. Can be a good defender. Has range. Extremely athletic. And Chris Mullin has said, you know, if we get a deal that helps us, maybe. If not, we need him.
Here's the bottom line. He's a great guy. I've spoken to him on numerous occasions. And like you said, Mike, he's got the ability to be a lockdown defender. He's shown the ability to make a three. But just be quiet and play. Don't keep talking, I want to be traded. Have your agent do the work behind the scenes. You're not going to pressure Chris Mullin and Don Nelson into trading you by going public. They're too strong. They've been around too long. It's not going to happen. As Mark Jackson would say, Mikel, you're better than that. Just play ball. You're a good player, even though you may not be happy with your role.
Barbosa misses. Nash the rebound. Barbosa tries again and is successful. A three-pointer for Barbosa. He's got 12 points off the bench. 2-point Phoenix lead. Ellis. Harrington. Harrington knocks it down.
And that's where Ellis has improved, making plays off the dribble. He went into the lane, got stopped, kicked it out to Harrington. Nice play by Ellis.
Nash misses. Nash just 4 of 10 from the field tonight. But he has 9 assists to go along with his 12 points. Nash on the drive. Draws the foul. And he'll go to the line as we'll have timeout. Petrus still shaken up with that knee as he walks to the Golden State bench.
Welcome back to Oakland, where the Suns are leading the Warriors by 3 points. Nelly, we knew this was going to be a high-scoring affair, but what is going to be the key in this fourth quarter?
Well, ironically, it's going to be defense. A team that can guard the best is going to win the game. And neither team has really done a very good job in that area yet. And we really need to pick up not only the tempo, but our defensive effort.
You said neither team is really playing much defense. What do you have to say to these guys to get them to change in the fourth quarter?
Well, there's an awful lot of good offensive players out there. And as you know, the court is spread by both teams, so there's a lot of penetration. And that's always good for the game of basketball, but it does hurt the defense.
Monte Ellis, I'd said before, looking like an all-star. What's impressing you most about his play tonight?
He's a fantastic player. He's having one of his best years. The guy might get comeback player of the year twice in a row.
All right, thanks a lot.
Well, of course, they've now changed it to the most improved player. But, man, he is taking another step and having a spectacular game. Strawberry off the mark. Grant Hill comes flying in, blocked by Biedrins, but a foul. It's Phoenix leading by 3. Now the Suns, whenever they've had the lead on the road going into the fourth quarter this year, they've won every time, 13-0. Overall, their terrific win leading going into the fourth, 30-2. But they've held on to those leads in the final period away from home. What a game Hill is having. He's got 23 and 12.
Well, these two teams are the worst 2 rebounding teams in the league coming into the year. The difference in the game right now is Phoenix is just annihilating Golden State on the backcourt, partly because Biedrich has not played very much, so they have actually no size on the floor. So Phoenix is taking advantage of Golden State's biggest weakness, which is usually their biggest weakness as well.
Azubuike knocks it down. He's had a 30-point game this year. They've had 5 different players score 30 or more in a game. They can get the offense from a lot of different places. Phoenix, meanwhile, that 5-point lead they had for a couple of seconds was their largest of the game. Barbosa. Hill, another rebound, number 13. Raja Bell for 3. Davis lost it. Good hustle from both teams. They'll go the other way.
But Golden State's got to commit more people to the board right now. There's too many guys leaking out. You can have one guy leak out, but when you have your whole team leaking out and only 2 guys are left in the paint and you're overmatched size-wise, it's going to be very difficult to defensive rebound.
Ellis is their leading rebounder. Davis, 21.
He's without question their best post-up player. His versatility, making threes, driving, posting, defending 2 guards.
Stoudemire misses. Hill takes it away from Davis. Azubuike takes it away from Hill. Azubuike passing out. Barnes the jump shot. 1-point Phoenix lead. Opening minutes here in the fourth quarter. The 2 highest scoring teams in the NBA have not disappointed the fans here at Oracle Arena. Barbosa from downtown. And he's got 17.
That's a tough shot. Jab step 3-point jump shot.
Ellis to the basket. Left-handed. And he puts it in. Monte Ellis doing it from all sorts of angles. He's got 28 points. And he has not sat yet. He's played the entire game. Strawberry. Air ball. Davis. Barnes. Tie game. Timeout Phoenix. Standing ovation for the home team.
Well, great change in direction by Ellis. Going off the wrong foot with the left hand. He can wrong foot, which very few players can do when making layups. And here, Baron Davis to a running Matt Barnes. It's all tied up in Golden State.
Matt back in the Bay Area. They've got Warrior Fever, Ronnie Lott, one of the greats who play the game. You were a big fan of his.
I used to always talk to my team about how much you want to win. Rodney Lott cut off his finger so he could play in the next game. He cut off his finger to try to win a game.
You approached him at halftime. There's only one word to describe how you were with him. Fawning.
And I plead guilty to that, and I would fawn over that competitor any day of the week. Oh, did he just lay people out? That guy, oh my.
You're right. I mean, we use the word competitor all the time, but that guy was one of the all-time in any sport.
And he and Harris Barton have been, his former teammate, have been just as big a hit in the business world.
I played a 2-on-2 basketball game with him a couple of summers ago where he guarded me. it hurt even when he just bumped you. Barnes lost it. Raja Bell tries to tip it, but he goes right back to Golden State. Shot clock did not reset. Davis barely hits the rim, but it resets the shot clock, and Azubuike is right there. Barbosa on the pull-up. Oh, he's picked it up nicely. 21 points in 26 minutes. And here comes Ellis. Again, Ellis has played the entire game. Davis to Barnes. Barnes, the push shot. Golden State 52% from the field. Phoenix 50%. Nash. Soft touch. He's got 16 and 10 tonight. Game's been close. No team has had a double-figure lead. Largest lead in the second half has been 6. Golden State had that in the third. Ellis in and out. As Grant Hill gets his 14th rebound. That is by far a season high for him. Barbosa again from three-point range. Andrew Barbosa now with 3 3-pointers.
But Ellis has to close much harder than that. You've got to know Barbosa's game. His game is spot up 3 and driving it to the rim.
Barnes. Biedrins can't get it to fall. Last touch by Raja Bell. And it's going to be Golden State ball. Barbosa. Good sportsmanship there from Barnes. He's going to come out. Bell trying to plead his case. Both teams have gone small ball, with the exception of Biedrins. No Shaq, no Weber tonight. Ellis to the basket. Beautiful play. Monte Ellis with 30.
Again, just overpowered Steve Nash at the point of contact.
Diaw kicks it out. Grant Hill. Biedrins altered that shot. Loose ball foul on Boris Diaw. First team foul against Phoenix, and Diaw with his second.
Again, they had to double team Baron Davis in the post, put Steve Nash in a closeout situation, a little bit of the drop of the shoulder, no foul, just great strength and body control by Ellis.
Chance of let's go Warriors again. Another soft crowd here in Oakland. They're 18th of the season. Ellis puts it in. Davis deflects it out of bounds. Still Phoenix ball in a one-point game.
I don't know how they just had 18 sellouts here. Who wouldn't come and sell this place out every night? This is fun, exciting basketball.
Well, from last year, after what happened in the playoffs last year, they had 5,600 new season tickets sold. That's the second most in the history of the NBA from one year to the next. The first was in Miami, the first year they had Shaq. The increase in season tickets was enormous. But 5,600 new season tickets this year after what happened last season. And Ellis a big part of the excitement back in the Bay Area.
That's why Nelly should get a raise. Another raise. He's brought more money in. He should get a cut of the portion.
But it has been, I mean, not just a lot of people. It has turned into one of the best atmospheres in all of sports. During the playoffs last year, this place, you couldn't find a better atmosphere to watch a basketball game.
It was raucous.
Meanwhile, Hill has a bloody nose. They check it out quickly, and he's back out on the floor. Diaw. Azubuike in the game now. Raja Bell for 3. And Ellis with his 9th rebound. Jackson looking to post up Raja Bell. Big height advantage for Jackson. Tough shot, however. And Nash has rebounded. Nash very upset with himself for the turnover. That's his 6th turnover. A couple of quickest guys in the NBA tonight, Jeff.
Well, here it's a short closeout by Ellis, which gives Barbosa the spot up 3, and then this is where Monte Ellis is making his living. the pull-up jump shot.
Just past the midway point, fourth quarter from Oakland, California. And it's a one-point game. Phoenix up by 1. Grant Hill has been terrific. 24 points and 14 rebounds to lead the Phoenix Suns. And Monta Ellis, another spectacular game. 32 points. It's the third time in the past 9 he has hit the 30-point mark. Yeah, what a fun game it's been. We're only at the All-Star break. You look at the trades going on with Gasol and Shaquille O'Neal and perhaps Jason Kidd. This has been one of the most unique and in some ways just crazy regular seasons we've seen in a long time.
Well, you take all the trades of great players. You haven't seen that many really good players change teams during the season, maybe ever. And then how good the West is really is remarkable with Houston playing as well as any team in the West right now. They're on the border of 8th and 9th, and yet they could maybe be the best team in the Western Conference.
And right now, Monta Ellis has been the best player on the floor tonight. 34 for Ellis. Diaw on the drive. Takes his time and banks it in. Nice play from Diaw. Grant Hill getting a rest after something that cut in the nose. Ellis, whose career high is 39 earlier this season, and he is pouring it on. He's only 3 behind that now.
I would put Raja Bell on Ellis, and I would put Nash on Azubuike right now. You've got to give him a different look.
Nash gets inside. Nice feed. Oh, perfect timing and a foul. He could have thrown the pass a little bit earlier, but waited. And it was obviously the proper decision.
And on the weak side, Golden State's got to sink in the paint to prevent this roll and dunk. Yeah, the three-point shot is a worry, but you can't be hugging your man on the weak side and just hang Biedrins out to dry as he comes and gives help on Nash.
Nash now with 11 assists in the game. Stoudemire with 25 points and 11 rebounds. Completes the three-point play.
And they have switched Bell on to Monta Ellis.
Jackson wide open. Hits a three. 19 for Jackson. And the Warriors back up by 1.
I don't want this game to end. Keep playing through the All-Star break.
Chance of defense. And a whistle and a foul. Stoudemire, a late whistle. Called for a push-off. That's his 4th foul. Mike D'Antoni very upset. Stoudemire just laughing.
Well, he believes Steven Jackson did the old flopperoo.
Rodney Mott saying, nope, not that time.
See, when they flop on Shaq makes him earn the next one by just pile driving him. That's what some of these guys should do when they're getting flopped on.
4 minutes to go in a one-point game. Davis stripped. Good help defense from the Suns. It's only their 2nd turnover of the half. Stoudemire, Diaw calling for the ball. Barbosa lost it. Steven Jackson, excellent defense to force the turnover. Mike D'Antoni saying he got hit. Jackson, the team captain this year. Some thought that was a strange decision with his history, but he has been honored by it. And a big part of the turnaround. That's a three. Bang! Mike D'Antoni irate coming out on the floor. He's way across the court. He's got to be careful. As the Warriors have gone up by 4. Standing ovation here in Oakland. Back here in Oakland A high-scoring affair, what we expected. Warriors down by 5 earlier in the period, now lead by 4. Monta Ellis has been brilliant. The third-year guard out of Mississippi with 36 points. Mari Stoudemire, Graham Hill having big games for Phoenix, but still plenty of time. And there's Ellis and Stoudemire both have been superb before another sellout crowd. One of the best atmospheres in all of pro sports right now, Oracle Arena. Let's check in with Lisa.
Mike D'Antoni really lit into his team in that last huddle, especially about their defense. He said, look, we can guard them, so guard them. This is where our heart has to win it. If you want to be a champion, go out and be it.
And Nash goes right to the basket, Lisa. Makes it a 2-point game. He picks his spots. Now with 18 points. Under 3 to play. Tough matchup for Barbosa on Davis. Harrington. And a travel called on Azubuike. Turnovers 18 for Phoenix, just 10 for Golden State. Phoenix has to play at home against Dallas tomorrow, their final game before the break. This is it for the Warriors. And then they get the All-Star break. Nash with Harrington on him, the crossover, spinning. Nice pass to Hill. Oh, what execution from Steve Nash.
The poise, the patience to wait until the very last second to drop the ball off.
And we're tied once again. Ellis. Bell on Davis. Davis to the basket. Nice fake. Puts it in.
He's able to balance up a little nudge with the shoulder to create that separation and still stay balanced to be able to make the shot.
23 points, 13 assists for Davis. Under 2 to play. Nash to Hill. Hill won't go. And a late whistle. You couldn't hear it, or they're going to call. I don't know what the call is from Rodney Mott. A kick ball after that, apparently is what it was called. Either way, it's Golden State ball. Ellis. 8 on the shot clock. Davis pulls up. It's good.
That's indefensible, that shot right there.
Ball pumped away. Another turnover. Here comes Davis to the basket. Count it, and a foul. In the restricted area. So chance for a 3-point play for Baron Davis.
Great center of the ball in the fast break. Davis, great elevation.
Looked like that left heel was in the restricted area.
And he wasn't there in time anyway, Mike. Davis had already started up in the shooting motion. So it was a charge whether he was in or outside of that restricted area.
And Davis, 8 of his 27 here in this fourth quarter. Reminder, TNT on Thursday. Tomorrow, Heat and the Bulls, Mavs and the Suns. ESPN Friday, McDonald's All-Star Celebrity Game. And then NBA TV Saturday, the D-League All-Star Game. All leading up to the NBA All-Star Game Sunday on Turner. 1:12 left, fourth quarter in Oakland. What a game. Golden State by 6. Mike D'Antoni and the Spurs down by 6 with 1:12 remaining. Just a timeout to go. D'Antoni very emotional with his team in the huddle.
This is where our heart has to win it. If we want to be a champion, be it.
It might be only a regular season game in February, but he is showing some real passion there.
Well, it's because every team in the West is bunched up so tightly.
Nash to the basket, trying to draw the foul, banks it in. He is just a master. 20 points and 12 assists.
They had put Pietrus on Nash to try to make it harder. You have to help off of him right now and make the ball get kicked out to him for the open jump shot.
Warriors doing something they don't like to do, take time off the clock. Ellis. And Stoudemire the rebound. They don't need threes yet.
Oh, no, not at all. Plenty of time.
Nash, though, puts up a three, throws up a brick. Stoudemire banks in the follow. And it's back to a two-point game. About a 12-second difference between shot clock and game clock. They don't need the foul.
And I'm surprised Don Nelson didn't call a timeout and get Harrington back in the game with another offensive weapon.
Davis, the big advantage on Barbosa. Here comes the double team. Davis up and under, kicks it out, stolen by Nash. Golden State has a foul to give. Nash looking, finding Stoudemire, puts it up, blocking foul. Shot won't go, but he'll go to the line for two with 3.5 remaining.
And by not taking the timeout there, very difficult for the Golden State Warrior players to know that they had a foul to give. Very good decision by Mike D'Antoni just to keep going instead of calling the timeout.
Now Stoudemire, who earlier tonight hit his first 6 free throws to give him 36 in a row, then missed a couple. He's 8 of 10 overall. He's become an excellent free throw shooter, 78% for the season. Misses the first. All right, now, does he have to miss the second, or do they have time?
No, I would put the ball, I would make it, but I would have Al Harrington in the game. I'd be worried about Azubuike blocking off Roger Bell right here.
Well, they still have a timeout left. Hits the second. 1-point game. Now they have to foul immediately as Don Nelson calls a timeout. With 3.5 remaining, Golden State clinging to a 1-point lead. We'll take a break. When we come back, Warriors basketball. 3.5 seconds left. Golden State by 1. They'll have the ball in their front court. All right, what's Phoenix's strategy right now, Jeff?
Well, they've got to try to switch every screen and try to cause a deflection or a steal. But the most important thing is to be able to foul immediately. You can't allow separation where a guy can catch and take a dribble and burn unnecessary time on the clock.
The key for Phoenix, they still have a timeout left. Barnes will inbound. Stoudemire will guard the inbounds. They throw it back to Ellis, catches it, and Bell fouls him. Nearly a second ticks off. Now Monte Ellis, who has been sensational all night long, will go to the line for the first time tonight. 36 points for Ellis. For the season, 77%.
And that's a dangerous play. Throwing the ball towards your opponent's basket. If something goes wrong, that's a layup and a score and a loss.
So even if he hits these two, knocks down one, Phoenix has the timeout to advance the ball to the front court where they would have to attempt the three. And it comes into play this Golden State foul.
Don Nelson, having worked for him, he believes in the foul to prevent the three-point shot.
Well, first, Ellis has to knock down another. Misses, Hill the rebound, timeout. And that's huge as Phoenix now does not have to go for the three with 2.1 remaining and plenty of time.
That's a 6/10 second for a rebound. I'm not sure about that one.
The officials, they're not conferring about it. Actually, I think they are right now. I think they're going to put up maybe 2.4. It's usually on something like that, 0.3 of a second. Jimmy Clark is over at the scorer's table right now. And we'll see. There it is, 2.4 remaining.
I'm on my game. I can't explain it. I'm on top of it.
Very proud of you.
Thank you. I love the positive reinforcement, really. It means a lot.
Phoenix, what do you think? What do you expect from them? Obviously, Stoudemire has been so good, so strong. Did they go down low, or did they try a quick in and out for an open jumper?
Well, I would suspect they're going to go to Stoudemire, catch and go, and drive the ball to the basket. Nash really is not the type of guy to be able to create his own shot right here where he can just catch and get it off. So I would suspect that it's got to go right to Stoudemire and then attack the basket, or Grant Hill to attack the basket.
It has been a close game throughout. Largest lead in the second half has been 6. Phoenix led by 5 earlier in the fourth. But now they trail by 2 with 2.4 remaining. Barbosa, Hill, Stoudemire, Bell, and Nash will come out for the Suns.
And there's some coaches who believe, Mike, when you're on the road, go for the 3 and let's just get on the plane and get back home. I don't believe that's what Phoenix will do right here.
Barbosa to inbound. Nash way in that deep left corner.
And Golden State's like zoning it up right now.
Inbound to Stoudemire. Back to Barbosa for the win. No good. Golden State holds on. The Warriors win their 3rd in a row and 5 of their last 6. And just a fun game to watch between the 2 highest scoring teams in the NBA. Let's take a look.
Well, this is a play. Phoenix runs off, and for Barbosa as the inbounder screen, he gets a wide open look and a great non-call as Barbosa stuck his leg out to create the contact. That's very good job of officiating a last play sequence.
Monte Ellis 37, Baron Davis 27. They're both with Lisa Salters.
Thanks, Mike. Baron, it ended up being a shootout, and like Nelly said, it came down to a defensive play at the end. What were you thinking when Leandro let that one fly at the end?
That he was going to make it. I was mad at Monte. He was supposed to switch. No, it was a scary shot. He hits big shots, but we were just trying to keep them from shooting the 3. But they executed the play well.
Now you were out there on the floor with Monte. What was it like watching him do what he did tonight?
He's amazing. He do that to me in practice every day. That's why I don't like practicing.
All right, thank you very much, Baron. Monte, I asked you this earlier, how big the bucket looked to you, but how were you able to just weave through the Suns' defense as if it wasn't even there tonight?
I just seen the hole and try to, use my speed and quickness to get through there and it opened up. It wasn't small as you think it was, but I just try to, just go out and be aggressive and come out and try to start out and get no to the second half.
Now, if Barbosa had made that last shot, you would have been in trouble, right?
No, I wouldn't have been in trouble. Baron would have been in trouble. But we won the game. It was a big shot. I'm glad he missed it. And, we just got to go from here.
Thanks a lot, and congratulations to you. Mike.
The second-round pick out of Lanier High School of Mississippi. Another huge game with 37. Golden State now 2-0 against Phoenix. Both wins on their home floor. Final score, 120-118. So for producer Kenny Wolf, director Jim Moore, Jeff Van Gundy, Lisa Salters, and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Green saying so long from Oakland, California. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.